So we're just going to jump into it. A couple of different topics to talk about this week. Some new stuff around the base as well. You know, one of these times I'm going to log into the server and I'm going to be just standing in a giant hole or something. And that's all that's going to be left. I think at that point in time it'll be pretty funny. I don't think anybody griefed the base this week. I'm still working on the drain.
For that day?
Yeah, I'm mentally prepared for the day I log in, and I haven't logged in 24 or 48 hours or whatever have you, and all that's left is a giant hole in the ground. It's coming. Whether it's today or tomorrow or next week, next year even, it'll eventually happen. There's always going to be that, like, risk factor / shock of just logging in. Every time I click that button, you're just going to be like, JJ's on the edge of his seat right there. We can see him right now. He's having a minor panic attack on the stream. No, kidding. This week, an announcement came out that has me pretty excited, and that is the World of Warcraft Classic announcement. I was a big fan of World of Warcraft back in the day.
I never got into it, but Para, at least a year ago, he was like, yeah, you should play it. I played it. It was pretty fun.
Did you play the classic, or did you play, like, current expansion?
Current
expansion. Current expansion, there are a couple of different problems that I have with it. The biggest reason why, in my opinion, anyone ever played WoW was for the social aspect of it. There was challenge to it, which was good. But on top of it being a challenging, there was an aspect of community there that kept people coming back, which was something that is rare in video games. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like playing on 9B, is because they kind of build their own community. They're self-assembling and people talk to each other and they have, you know, like personal rivalries or whatever on the server. People get to know each other and all sorts of other things. Apparently the fire is returned, based on my complaints. Either that or it was under some weird renovations. At any rate, when Blizzard started releasing expansions, eventually they got to the point where they had something called LFG, or Looking for Group. You could press a button and end up in a random instance with other people from any server, not just your server. And so, back in the day, if you wanted to do a raid with other people, you had to communicate with people over trade chat or whatever have you. And so, it forced people to, like, have a guild and to communicate with other people in order to get objectives done in the game. With LFG coming about, and LFR even worse, which was Looking for Raid, you could hop into a 20 or a 40-man raid without ever having to talk to anybody and without ever having to be a decent person that other people wanted to play with. So there was no sanity checking there. You could get tasked up with anybody, and half the time these people didn't know how to play their character. They didn't know how to do it. Because, like, if you're on your own server or whatever have you, and everybody knows you don't know how to play your character, you're not getting invited to another raid. You need to learn your character first. You need to actually be good at the game before you get invited. That is something that was lost when LFG came about, because there was no mechanism for dealing with bad players. On top of that, nobody ever communicated, so literally you'd see people hop into a raid and try to steal all of the loot and all of the gear, and it made for...
And then just hop out.
Yeah, and it made for a bad playing experience. Oh wow. Yeah, this changed a lot this week. Holy crap.
Which part of the base?
The Dragon Tower.
That's actually really cool.
I'm pretty impressed with this, actually.
Like, I know the Dragon, I believe, is schematic, but I'm pretty sure the tower is not.
I don't feel like the tower could be Schematica. It's just too random looking. There's no way this was Schematica.
It too.
This is pretty cool, though. I'm thoroughly impressed. I've also played EverQuest, so part of me misses the keyed zones and the aspects of all of that, too. Which is something that Classic WoW had that they got rid of in later expansions. But if you log on now, most people don't talk about things on the server anymore. The entire realm I used to play on used to have, like, I think 10,000 or 15,000 people on it. So it'd have, 3,000 or 4,000 online at all times. And then you'd have your guild or whatever have you, and guilds would compete for loot and all sorts of stuff. And some guilds would work together for common goals or whatever have you. And a lot of that just disappeared. The whole progression scene kind of faded away. I miss that. I miss that community that it spawned. I still talk to people that I played WoW with nearly a decade ago. I have friends from that time period that I wouldn't have had otherwise that I still have today. It was a good way to meet people online. You don't have that anymore. I mean, you have it like on places like 9B, but you don't have a mass exodus of 2,000 or 3,000 people in the same place. Jethro Chu said that he had a map art. The map art contest is already over. The date is already finalized. We've already picked the winner. But that is to say, I will still take a look at maps that you want to shoot my way. I am perfectly happy at looking at maps. I enjoy map art. It's one of the many things on 9B that are my favorite activities. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah, I'd love to take a look at your map art. I will extend to you the same thing that I extended to everybody else, and that is you will still get an MOTD for that map art. Even though you didn't make it by the deadline, if you get it to me before the month is out, I'll make sure to get you an MOTD. Speaking of which, I think the first MOTD came in today, or yesterday. It was yesterday. And I need to install it, but when I do, it's going to be awesome. Huge things are coming. Now, I'm excited for WoW Classic. I may end up doing some streaming on there. So an MOTD is one of the messages that when you go to log in, it'll send you a random message before you log in. So these are MOTDs. They show up and they're different every time you refresh the server or whatever have you. It's one of the random ones that gets added to the pool. You can pick the text that goes on one of those and it will start randomly showing up.
One day you could possibly get one that says shut the f up.
Yep, exactly. You can get one that says JJ is a tool too. Apparently we have a basketball court too.
Oh yeah.
Jump and then... I got it. I got one.
God damn it, I missed.
I'm obviously a bigger player than you are. That's what this comes down to here. Yeah, I'm obviously a bigger player in the height department. We've got even more nimble statues. All the nimble statues.
He's working on mine.
Slap him. Tell him he's a lazy bastard. That's
I know,
not acceptable.
Like...
Alright, so I'm going to embarrass myself here. I have never been into Pokemon. What Pokemon is this?
I have never been into Pokemon either. I don't know what that is either.
I want to say it's a Charmander, but I'm going to be wrong. I know I'm going to be wrong. That is a Charmander! I have succeeded in knowing enough Pokemon not to fail at life. I knew it was a Pokemon, and I wasn't sure if it was a Charmander, and I had to go look and confirm. I don't want to call it something and then be wrong. God. The internet never let me live that one down. Anyway, show me what you wanted to show me, Scandix. Come on, man. Speed this up.
No patience.
Walking around like a grandmother. You followed me all the way over here to see a sign. They're taking me out into the woods to murder me, guys. This is the end of 9B9T as we know it. How far out is this? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. 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 Ooh. Did someone make a lag machine?
Destroy it, and then add signs that you can't break. Am I right?
Oh, they made a clock. Can't you make a clock anyway? Oh, it's a binary counter. Does this, like, actually tell the current time? No, there's too few digits on a binary counter for this.
0 to 7 display, apparently.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's what he messaged me, at least.
0 to 7, huh? Oh, wow. This is a lot. That's a lot of redstone, man.
Is it schematic or no?
Doesn't look schematic. So, it counts up to 7 and then resets? Or 8 and then resets? 0 through 8? Or 1 through 7? Ah, okay. So what you're saying is you have a faulty clock. Got it. I find it interesting that the clock has, like, some level of signal degradation to where you could, like, see both numbers at the same time while it's processing. Also, 8 is broken. And 1 doesn't seem to work. Oh, right. It's supposed to be 0 and then 2, I guess? Does it skip over 1? I'm confused. Okay, so 6, and then here's 7, and then 0, and then there's no 1. Oh, there's 1. Okay. Now what you need to do is actually make this into a full clock, and then see how far off time is with it. It'll be terrible. It'll be like 13 hours behind in the first 24 hours. All I know is I have steak. I'm always a fan of redstone contraptions.
Yeah, they're always cool if you can make them work.
Yeah, I just don't have the talent for it. Well, I don't have the patience to build it in Minecraft like I've done soldering in real life. That doesn't bother me as much as trying to build it in Minecraft, and I think it's just because of the fact that, like, in real life I'd sit down and draw out a circuit diagram before I ever even bothered to do anything, and in Minecraft I won't do that. I'll just sit there and fiddle with the blocks.
JJ.
How's it going, man?
I'm good.
Is that all you wanted unmuted for, was to say, JJ, I'm good?
No, the MOTD, yeah, about it.
Have you decided on what you want?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna have to PM me on
Please
Reddit, but you can
say
tell me it on the stream.
cunt.
What have you decided upon?
I decided I paid a Rainbow Dash for this.
Wow, what a waste.
I have nothing better.
I'm still amazed no one has made the bottom half of that Rainbow Dash yet. Well, there are two possible bottoms I could foresee there, and both of them are not child-friendly in any capacity.
Yeah, don't even go down there, man.
Oh, I'll go down there. I'll break it out. I'm just surprised no one's made them yet. I'm waiting for it. It's going to happen. I was really happy with the turnout for the map art contest. I think I'll do another one in the future, and I think that the next time I go to do it, I'm going to up the rewards a little bit, and we'll make an event out of it of some sort. Maybe we'll do it for Christmas or New Year's or whatever.
JJ, have you met Gerald?
Gerald. Is he a zombie villager? Is he stuffed down in the brig, so to speak? Yes, this is Gerald. I have met Gerald. Gerald and I are good friends. We had a long chat. He said, and see? And then I responded with, yes, I see. And that was basically the extent of our chat. How many more of those guys are we going to get?
I need one more to start a villager farm.
So you're going to go put on a boat, and then you're going to travel like 5,000 blocks to get it here, right? Just like what Para did to bring the first mushroom from a mushroom island to the original 100k base.
R.I.P. Para, please come back to us, baby.
We do miss Para.
This was supposed to be done by October.
What is this?
It's just some, like, spooky forest.
Isn't
like,
it a
you can
little
go
late?
down under this tree. Yeah, it's a little late, but
Late
still an
than
addition, because this area would probably still be nothing, to be honest. And then there's like an angel statue up there. There's a little hut that I built.
Good stuff. Sacrifice your love.
I wanted really something edgy there, so I was like, yeah,
Are we picking up 70s pop band music?
sure. Should turn on for the stream.
No, I will not subjugate my viewers to. I suppose it's probably a improvement over listening to me rant for 45 minutes.
Oh, no, that's not an improvement, then.
Anything is better than watching me. Like, people go on my YouTube channel and, like, immediately hit mute and then go onto another YouTube video just so that the video gets credit. The wheat farm is basically 100% wheatified. And then what is this? This is new, too.
Where...
It looks like a Roman Colosseum monument of some sort.
Oh, this is new.
Yeah. This is poof. It's here. It exists. This is also new.
Can we get inside?
We have a remembrance memorial over here for each of the holidays we're going to do. I'm just going to have to put myself on a statue right here. In remembrance of Wired Tombstone. There's a lot of wheat. This is not the Valley of Wheat, though. We need more for the Valley of Wheat. Well, I mean, we can still add on to it. There's nothing that says we can't.
Yeah.
In fact, let's just surround this entire building with nothing but wheat on all sides. Sounds like a good plan to me. Just like everywhere, all through here, all the way down and around. Just like the building's in the middle for no reason. People are like, why is that there? I don't know, because we felt like it. And then more projects over here. So, I can tell I've played Don't Starve for way too long, because this pig over here, on the other side, looked like Chester's little bone. I was like, yay, I found Chester! Wait, this is the wrong game. This is not the game you think it is. Man, I played that game way too much.
You have like 3,000 hours or something?
Yeah, it's obscene. Let me go look real quick and see how many hours I have in that. I haven't played it in a while, so the hour count really hasn't been going up. 3,792 hours.
Wow.
To be fair, I think some of that was like me hitting escape and pausing the game and like going to sleep at some points. I know that some of the game was definitely legit. By some, I mean a lot of it. Maybe there's 500 hours of bullshit where I wasn't actually playing the game there. Still, over 3,000. This is new, too. This wasn't here before. What is with all of the new stuff? It's just appearing everywhere. Yeah. The giant Game Boy is new, too. I mean, it's not done yet, but color. What you need to do is electrify it and make it run through Super Mario blocks over and over again. Build some pattern into it where, you know, like Mario like blinks onto the screen and off the screen or something. Something obscene. Something that requires a lot of work. I have vision for this.
That requires JJ to disable his redstone problem. Is the factory even done yet? No, I don't even
No. The factory's sad and empty.
I think he could have made it a little bit smaller.
No. Need to be bigger.
I know, but what is he going to put in it?
It's going to be a Plumbus factory.
Alright, yeah, I'll agree with that. Let's make Plumbuses.
Everybody needs Plumbus.
Actually, Greed told me it's going to be a meme factory because that's the meme base, meme factory.
Oh god.
We make a joke that, like, have it print out memes or whatever, and then the memes are squeezed for their meme juice for the Plumbuses.
Have they explained in the show what a Plumbus technically is?
No. They've explained, like, how it's made, and they've shown, like, shots of people doing things with Plumbuses, but they've never actually explained, as far as I'm aware, what a Plumbus
you
is.
Squeeze, like, the little spike things on the back, and the thing, like, comes up. So
Yeah.
I think it's, like, something, like, you know, something you shouldn't say on stream, maybe? You get banned, man.
Well, like, on the show, they said everybody has one. They said it was more ubiquitous than toilet paper. Like, what is more ubiquitous than toilet paper that everybody needs? I have some other topics I'm going to ramble through this evening quickly. EA is purchasing yet another video game studio called Respawn Entertainment. I think it's the studio who, like, built Titanfall. I'm not sure. I've heard of them, but...
Really?
So EA is buying them out. And that's just after they closed another one of their studios, which was Visceral Games, this 2 weeks ago. EA, what are you doing? You're perpetuating your own meme here. Buy company, kill company, buy company, kill company. And then blame it on changing market conditions. EA just is the definition of a bad game studio. Let's say I built Minecraft or whatever, and EA came up to me and was like, yeah, we'll offer you all the money you could ever think of for your game studio. I'd be like, I think I'm gonna have a seizure. What's funny though,
Rather have Microsoft buy Minecraft.
like, I could see selling Minecraft to Microsoft, but I'd want to detail out the things that they couldn't do with the game, and I guess I'd have to have a lawyer look it over. It'd be like a long list of things that they couldn't do to the game. Honestly, I feel like some sort of a veto option for things being like, in order for you to make any substantial changes to the game, you have to go ask the existing player base what they think, and if the existing player base doesn't agree with your changes, then no. Like, you can have the IP and you can build a second version of the game or whatever without that if you want, but the original can't be modified without the people who've already bought in's permission, basically. Something like that. Of course, probably would have made the game worth a lot less than $2 billion. I think it's just obscene for Minecraft. Even as awesome as the video game is, I think that price was just ridiculous.
Like, too high?
Oh yeah, way too high. It's a block building game. Come on.
I mean, a lot of people bought it.
Yeah, I get that. I guess $2 billion to me just sounds like an obscene amount of money for something.
Do you think they've gained all their money back from it?
No, not yet. I don't think they have. I mean, eventually they will. They're going to be selling t-shirts for it and copies of the game for the next decade. Like, even still, they're selling, 20,000, 30,000 copies of the game a week.
Really?
Like, right now. Yeah. I think that Minecraft is fairly ubiquitous. I've already bought my nephew and stuff copies of the game. Yeah, why did I buy a 7-year-old a copy of Minecraft? Because it's honestly a good game. I've had a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I think I've said this many, many times, but I paid $5 for this game. The last time I spent $5 and got this level of enjoyment out of it, people died. A moment of silence for all of those of you who liked the game Titanfall and wanted a sequel that was actually decent. And a moment of silence for all the companies, to include, like, Maxis, who were bought out by EA. It's just so sad. I am still really mad at EA for killing Maxis.
Maxis?
Yeah, Maxis. Maxis was the game behind SimCity, SimAnt, SimUniverse, SimLife, Sim... you name it. They built hundreds of different games. All of their stuff was really good. They had, like, SimCity, like, dozens of versions of SimCity at this point. When EA took it over, SimCity 4 was decent, I'm not gonna lie. EA had their hands in that one quite a bit, but I feel like that Maxis was already working on that before EA took over, so, like, EA wasn't gonna just dump it out into the cold. But the latest SimCity was total trash. I bought it thinking maybe it wasn't going to be awful, and I pulled a chargeback on my card the day it came out. It was god-awful. I do not buy any products from EA. I sincerely hope they go out of business, and I encourage everybody else to do the same.
Leave the company.
Yeah.
Didn't EA try to buy Steam or something?
Yeah, and thankfully Valve said screw off.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we're good. Steam came out at just the right time to pull that off.
Okay, if EA did get Steam, what do you think they would have done with it?
I think they would have ruined it, and we would be on a different platform that isn't Steam.
It would be something different.
Yeah, someone else would have come along and built something like what Steam is today, and EA would have sold off Steam or closed off Steam by this point. EA is notorious for destroying companies. I don't think that EA tries to ruin companies. I think that they're...
Okay, I got it to work.
Hey, how's it going, Minecart?
I bought SimCity 5. I thought it was amazing until I saw City Skylines, and I was like, this game is shit.
Did you play SimCity 4?
I would have been 7, and I wasn't allowed to buy anything.
SimCity 4 was fantastic. I think that it was better than City Skylines, to be honest with you.
City Skylines is very good, though.
It is. They have a couple of expansions now, don't they?
Quite a few.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded all of them, but from my understanding, the game has only gotten better as it's gone on. I sincerely wish them the best of luck. I hope that they keep making more games. Hopefully they take over Maxis's shoes. If Maxis was putting out a video game, I just bought it. There was no question. I would kill for a Sim Ant redo. I know that sounds stupid, but I've spent a lot of hours playing Sim Ant. A lot of work and a lot of effort went into that game. Have you ever played?
No, I haven't.
Sim Ant were a single ant in an ant colony. You could become any other ant, basically take over that ant, but you could only administrate one ant at a time. And so you would run around and collect food and do all the things and tunnel out and tell other ants what to do and whatnot. And then you would go ahead and get other ants ready to go to another colony, start another colony. Basically, your goal was to drive the humans out of a house. You'd have to go foraging for food, and some of your colonies would get disease or whatever. It was an in-depth game for the time. 1991 was when it was released. The graphics weren't fantastic. It was basically a fully 2D game. One of the neat things is you could gather together a group of ants under your control and go to war with another colony. If you're running low on food, you could go run around and kill insects like caterpillars and spiders or whatever have you. For its time, this 1991, this was an amazing game. There was nothing like this on the market game-wise that I can think of. This is the first game that I ever thought of when it came to control your own destiny type of games. I missed games like this, and I wish that they would make a resurgence. I remember when Roller Coaster Tycoon came out. I played that game so much that the disc is now unreadable. Maxis, after they got taken over by EA, put out 3 or 4 other good games that I'm aware of after EA took them over. But I think that's because they were already a work in progress. The studio was already coding those and already had a direction, and most of the game was done. They were just fixing things and adding levels and stuff at that point. And I think that's why those games turned out as good as they did. As soon as EA started cranking out crap on their own, or sequels to those games, everything that they produced just went to crap. And it was really sad. And I miss games like that. Basically anything after about 2010 is crap. Sim Ant is a game that the quality and number of features built into that game is something I would expect in a modern title. Literally you could update the graphics on this game and I would pay $10 for it today. I could build a game like this with a team in probably 3-4 months. I have other projects I'm working on, and some of them are starting to make money. And hopefully when some of those do make money, I'll have money to spend on hiring more developers, and we could crank something like a new Sim-An out in a couple of months. We'll play basketball in Minecraft.
Right.
2v2.
This cobblestone right here is the ball. Okay, yeah, Green's gonna be on my team. Alright, I'm gonna pass the ball to him. Get it? Someone fix it up.
Which one's the right hoop?
I don't know. Land Badger picked it up, but he has a stack of cobble. Okay, so everyone gets a ball now.
You get a ball, and you get a ball, and...
Yeah. I think I just made it. I think we both just made it. This hoop. Touchdown.
Don't make me hit you.
What was that for?
There's water on the current. Ah!
Kill him! Get the ball from him! He has the ball!
Someone broke apart. This isn't physically possible.
It's Minecraft. Nothing makes logical sense. Alright, well, I think that's gonna end the stream for tonight. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe when I do throw this thing out there, and share it with everybody you know on Facebook. That way they can ask other people about your sanity, especially your parents.
Share it with your dog.
Something like that. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good one. Bye.